Good morning, I'm Charles Lejano and this is One News Now. U.S. Marine Joseph Scott Pemberton remains in custody of the Bureau of Corrections today. That's despite BuCor Chief Gerald Banta signing Pemberton's release orders on Thursday. Bureau spokesman Gabriel Chaklag explained that the processing of Pemberton's release papers was only completed yesterday afternoon. However, the BuCor has yet to coordinate the turnover of Pemberton to the Immigration Bureau. Citing immigration officials, Bantag said there was no need to take Pemberton elsewhere while they're processing his deportation. That's why Pemberton can remain in his special detention facility in Camp Aguinaldo until further notice. Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Locsin Jr. insists there was no exchange of political favors in connection with the absolute pardon granted by President Duterte to the American soldier. In a tweet, Locsin said he clinched the deal for a U.S. COVID-19 vaccine by using his quote, charm with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. However, past spokesperson Harry Roque begs to disagree. Roque personally believes that President Duterte granted Pemberton's pardon so that the Philippines can get access to the coronavirus vaccine from the U.S. Meanwhile, almost 100 prisoners in the new Bilibid prison walked free yesterday, mostly after being granted parole. According to the BuCor, 86 of those freed were granted parole. 6 were acquitted of their charges and 1 served an expired sentence. The agency said their release was part of a program that was done for the first time in the penitentiary. BuCor officials say they sent the inmates off with hygiene kits and transportation allowance to ensure that they would be able to go home. In a statement, the agency says they want to show inmates that the Corrections Bureau can be their partner towards a new life. Presidential Communications Operations Office is set to meet with Undersecretary Lorraine Badoy regarding her red-tagging posts on social media. This comes after the House Appropriations Committee suspended the PCOO's budget briefing on account of Badoy's posts. Recall that on September 5, Badoy accused the Makabayan bloc of being high-ranking members of the Communist Party of the Philippines. Speaking to 1PH's Sa Totoo Lang, PCOO Assistant Secretary Chris Ablan said they will try to make amends with the offended party and appease the members of the House.
We did told her na she should not be sharing those things as a PCOO undersecretary, but there is a seeming conflict of interest po because she's also the spokesperson of the NTF-ELCAC. Kailangan po niya talagang gampanin ang kanyang trabaho bilang spokesperson. So we will try to resolve that po in the coming days, Ma'am Cheryl, before our next hearing.
We'll be back with more stories after a quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Militant fishers group PAMALAKAYA staged a jogging and biking protest against the dolomite dumping at Baywalk in Rojas Boulevard today. The group warned that dumping white sand onto the shore could destroy the marine environment and affect the livelihood of thousands of fisherfolk across Manila Bay. That's why PAMALAKAYA is calling for the immediate termination of the project.
Napakahalaga, no? Yung seagrass at mga bakawanan ang kailangan nating patubuin dito sa Manila Bay. Hindi po yung white sand. Panawagan po namin yung 389 million na budget dito sa pagtambak ng dolomite ay ilaan sa mangrove reforestation. Sa pag-aaral, batay sa research ng Pamalakaya Pilipinas ay aabot sa mga mahigit 13,000 hektarya ang matatamnan nito.
Talking about white sand, the tourism department is mapping out new safety protocols in preparation for the reopening of the country's beaches and island destinations. Secretary Berna Romulo Puya recently signed a new memorandum detailing health and safety guidelines for the Philippines' tourist destinations under the new normal. For starters, the agency is urging LGUs to designate safety marshals, beachfronts, and island hotspots to ensure that physical distancing is observed by guests at all times. Puyat also said activities like swimming, surfing, running, and other forms of outdoor non-contact sports be allowed in tourist spots once all quarantine classifications are lifted. Even mass gatherings and group events like sports competitions and youth camps may be held, as long as health and safety protocols are observed. The DOT's new guidelines will also require establishments in tourist-heavy areas to adopt contactless payments or digital reservation options. And the local government of Calamba has allowed resorts and hotels in the area to reopen in light of the city's MGCQ classification. To give us the latest update, we have Romel Lopez, who's reporting to us live from Calamba, Laguna. Kamusta, Romel? Marami na bang resorts na nakapagbukas dyan?
Yes, sure. Sa ngayon nga ay ongoing yung mga opisyal nitong Calamba City, Laguna para nga i-check kung yung mga resorts and mga hotels na inalaw nila na mag-open dito sa lugar ay sumusunod ba dun sa panuntunan na inimpose ng lokal na pamahalaan. Bukod doon sa mga minimum health protocols kagaya ng mga yung social distancing na susundin doon sa facility ay pinaalala rin ng lokal na pamahalaan ng Laguna na may ilang pa silang mga additional guidelines para doon sa mga kababayan nga natin na nais pumunta sa lugar. Ilan na nga dito na kailangan mo muna magkaroon ng online booking. Hindi papayagan yung pagkakaroon ng mga walk-in guests doon sa mga resort. Para nga raw masala at makita, mas makilala kung sino yung magiging guest nila. Kasi hindi lahat ng mga guests ay papayagan. Kasi yung mga galing sa mga GCQ area, saka MGCQ area, kagaya ng Metro Manila, ay hindi pa po pwedeng pumunta rito sa Laguna. Pero pag kayo po ay may mas mababa o mas relax na quarantine, ay pwede na po kayo pumunta rito sa Calamba, Laguna. At bukod po doon, ay inaasahan din na yung mga guests, ay magpi-fill up ng mga tracing form ng maayos, kasi ang panawagan nga ng LGU ni Mayor Justin Chipeco ay pinagbigyan yung mga resort owners, pinagbigyan din yung mga kababayan nating atat na mag-swimming ngayon sa Laguna, na sana naman daw ay sundin yung mga minimum health protocols para at the same time na nag-i-enjoy tayo ay hindi naman natin may kakalat o malalabanan natin yung transmission ng COVID-19, Charles. So, gano'n naman yung mga presyo naman ng mga resorts ay hangga't maaari ginawa pa rin naman daw affordable. Yun nga lamang, kailangan daw sundin yung mga minimum health protocols sa additional guidance ng LGU ng Calamba para nga mas ma-enjoy natin yung pamoso nga ng mga hot spring dito sa lugar, Charles.
Yan, Romel, salamat sa paglilinaw. Again, para lang talagang malinaw para dun sa mga gustong magpunta dun sa Calamba, ano-ano itong mga specific na requirements ng city government para mag-operate, and para naman dun sa mga gusto magpunta sa mga resort, nabanggit mo kanina, kailangan manggaling din sila mula sa isang not so strict quarantine region. Tama? So ano pa yung mga kailangan isipin? Ano yung checklist in case gustong magpunta sa Calamba this weekend?
Okay. Unang-una, dapat nga mapatunayan mo na mas relax yung quarantine status ng lugar mo. Kung hindi, talagang hindi ka nila tatanggapin. So, online lahat yan, Charles. Bawal nga yung walk-in. Digital booking ang gagawin mo dyan. Bukod pa dyan, lahat ng mga resorts na pwede lamang mag-open, dapat accredited yan ng DOT at ganoon din ng DOH para masiguro na yung mga hotels mismo and then mga resorts ay kumbaga na-train na and then na-orient na dun sa magiging pag-observe naman ng mga minimum health protocols. Kaya nga mag-i-inspection ngayon yung LGU Calamba para ma-check kung yung mga bukas ba ng mga resorts ngayon ay yung may mga tamang dokumento at pinapayagan ng DOH at ganon din ng DOT at ganon din ng LGU. Kung hindi, ay maaari silang ma-sanction. At ganon nga, doon naman sa ating mga guests, wag na daw magpupumilit yung may mga striktong quarantine doon sa kanilang lugar na pumasok dito dahil hindi rin daw sila Charles.
Alright, maraming salamat, Romel. Again, that was Romel Lopez reporting live from Calamba, Laguna. For more updates, be sure to visit Newsfire, Philippine Star and Business World online. Be sure to check out our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. And you can catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.